She was like, diploma my foot. Why did you do community nursing? Like, oh, why would you say this to me? Hello dearies, how are you? How are we? I hope we are all doing wonderfully well. So Lizel, hey, Ohima Lizel, she says, I'm a public health student. I am a first year student. People are discouraging me about the program. Can you do a video so you can talk more about the program and the chances of we traveling? I don't even know where to start from, okay? But first off, every nurse can travel outside the country. Any cadre of nursing can travel outside. But if your aim is to train as a nurse and leave the country and work outside, I'll always tell you to do general nursing. That is it. If the goal is, I'm training to be a nurse, but I don't want to work in Ghana, I want to work outside, do general nursing. Because outside the country, the focus is more on bedside nursing. They need more bedside nurses. Even though we have other types of nurses, and other types of nurses thrive in the developed countries, because most times that is where we aspire to go, the USAs and the UK and Canadas. The focus there is more on bedside, okay, bedside nursing. And so there a lot of the job listings you see that pay well, that pay really good money, is bedside nursing. So if your aim of going to nursing school is to go out of the country to go and work, do general nursing. And after general nursing, try and write the NCLEX. I recently learned that they don't write NCLEX in Ghana anymore, but find a way. It's either you go to South Africa to go and write, or you visit a family member in the US and then write your NCLEX. If you pass your NCLEX, you can get a very good job that pays really good money that you can do. So it doesn't mean that public health nurses can't travel, or other cadres of nurses can't travel outside. They can, but the focus here, because if I'm leaving my hometown, my family, and now even my son to go to somebody's country, it should be for good money, good money. So that is why I'm coming from this angle. Now, on the issue of discouragement, a lot of times people talk out of ignorance, number one, because they don't really understand maybe the program, they don't understand what you really do in the community. And that's why on this channel I try to educate you guys on all the different cadres of nursing, so that when you're making your choice, you know what you are getting yourself into. And I also encourage you to look for all the information that you need to convince yourself that this is something I want and I'm going in for it. Because at the end of the day, it is your life, okay? It's your life. I'll hate to wake up every day and go to a job I'm not happy at. And I finished school when I was 2013, so I was 22. I finished nursing school at the age of 22. In Ghana, you go on retirement at age 60. Imagine going to a job you don't like from 22 years to 60 years, and you have to spend minimum 6 to 8 hours at your job every single day, 5 days a week. Can you just imagine the mental toll it will take on you? So do your research. Make sure that you have all the information you need, and make sure that this field is appealing to you before you get in. Don't just buy forms, apply for nursing because somebody said you should do general nursing because it's better, or somebody said you should do public health nursing. No, get in for your own sake, okay? Now, so people will discourage you because of ignorance, because they don't know what they are talking about. So when I was in nursing school, in my nursing school, I went to Winneba, College of Community Health Nursing, Winneba. So back then, in our days, they developed house prints for us, okay, house prints. So we didn't wear normal house attire. So because of that, because we were not allowed to have house prints, me, I'm a very obedient girl, okay, so I don't have any house attire in my bag back in those days when I was in first year. So when we vacate and we go home, I normally would travel in my print. It was nicely sewn. I don't think I'll find any picture, otherwise I would have shown you. It's nicely sewn, so you can travel through Accra to back home. So one of our vacations, I decided to go and visit my mom. So I went, and one family member was also around the day I got home. Okay, so when I got home, I greeted. My mom was happy that I was home, blah blah blah. So when everything settled, the welcome ways always all has settled. Then I think this family member was reading the prints. Normally, every school print will have the school crest on it. So she was reading the community health nursing, and she was like, "Ah, are you doing community nursing?" I'm saying, "Oh yes, I'm doing the diploma community nursing." She was like, "Diploma, my foot. Why did you do community nursing?" Like, oh, why would you say this to me? What? Diploma by foot? Why did you do community nursing? She was a midwife. And throughout schooling, it's like when we go for clinicals and we are all working, because diploma, we are all wearing the same uniform, whether you're general nurse, midwife, community diploma, we are all wearing the same green uniform. So nobody knows the difference until they ask that, oh, which school are you? And you say Winneba. Oh, I'm a registered community nurse. They'll be like, ah, you're a community nurse, so why are you wearing green? But community nurses, they wear brown. Why are you in green? And all of that. And so they doubt that you actually have the clinical skills that you got during your training to perform some of the procedures on the ward. So like, let's prioritize the general nurses. So then all of a sudden, because they realize that you are doing community nursing, the attitude towards you change. Now you are the errand girl. So this was going on, and I'm like, what is happening? And this is also with the fact that the program was new, because the diploma in public health nursing program started in 2005. And my badge, we were the 6th badge in the whole country. We were the 6th badge to go to school and be trained. So we were not that common in the field also. So even then, our case was quite special. And so you can acknowledge their ignorance and all. So when we finished school and we started working, I started working in 2015, and I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm a public health nurse, because one, I work Monday to Friday. I don't work on weekends, so I can have family time. I can go to events and not miss out on events. That's number one. Number two, there is a lot of exposure. As a community nurse, you are on the forefront for public health activities. A lot of the public health activities that will go on in the country, you are on the forefront when it comes to immunization, when it comes to any program, school health, adolescent health, family planning, all of it. HIV, health screening, all of it. You are just there. Community debates, health education, any health program that involves getting people together, you are likely to be called if it's in your catchment area. So the exposure was there, a lot of in-service training. Those were some of the perks, and coupled with the working hours and all, my holidays are off and all. I'm like, oh, I won the lottery, because our colleagues will be running shift. I hate the shift system, number one. I really do not like the shift system, morning, afternoon, and night. No, give me morning work. I'll come, do my work, go and do all of that. So then I started appreciating the fact that I was a public health nurse, because everything suited me. Okay, it suits me. Why am I talking so much? In the beginning of this video, I said, if you do your research and you find your passion, whatever somebody says, it's nonsense. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Public health nursing limits you a little. It limits you in a way. If you want to upgrade and you want to specialize in some of the clinical programs, or some of the specialties in the clinical field, it can be difficult a little. Sometimes you have to take a step back before you can move forward, okay? But it doesn't mean it's not possible. If I want to do a program like perioperative nursing, I might be restricted a little. Maybe I'll have to do a degree in general nursing before I can do the perioperative nursing. Meanwhile, a registered general nurse diploma can just do the perioperative nursing and become a perioperative nurse. The same applies to programs like critical care nursing, emergency nursing, because they are clinical focused, okay? But you also have opportunities in the public health field. You can progress in your public health lane, do your masters in public health. You can do masters in nursing and do masters in public health on its own. You can specialize in reproductive health or any of the other public health programs. Epidemiology is there and all of that. You can do your PhD in public health, so you are not limited in that aspect. A lot of the leadership positions in the health sector require public health background, okay? So if you're a public health nurse, you are better positioned in this domain, okay? So I don't see where the problem is, unless the career projection you have in mind doesn't align with public health nursing. That is where you should be worried. But if it comes to salary, you take the same salary as a general nurse, as a midwife, as a mental nurse. If you are holding a diploma certificate, you are all taking the same salary. If you are holding a degree, you are all taking the same salary. There's no difference there, okay? So the only part that I would say you should look at very well is your career projection. Where do you want to be? And most times you don't even know where you want to be until you are in the field, until you start discovering some of the things that you discover in the field. So normally I'll say start, and when you start working, you figure it all out for yourself. If you start working as a public health nurse and you are like, this job can be stressful, because it can be stressful. Because it can be really stressful. As a public health nurse, I can't talk about all of the work you can do here, because every facility you are in and the workload that you have to deal with. I have been at the district level for 6 years now, 6 years going on 7 years now. So the workload for me is different and I enjoy it. I enjoy every bit of it. Okay, so look at it. I won't sit here because I'm a public health nurse and be public health biased and say, oh, don't mind them, they don't know what they are talking about. Now general nursing, then no, I can't do that to you. I will not be fair. Then in doing that, I also downplay the other cadres. No, I'm not here to do that. I'm only here to tell you that if public health nursing is what you want, go for it, darling. Go for it. You will thrive in this field. You will learn things, the knowledge. Oh, if you're someone who likes learning, you will enjoy the field. You will enjoy the field. Like public health nursing, I'm not going anywhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I die here in public health nursing. Okay, you will enjoy the field if you like learning, if you like meeting people, if you like working in different settings. You'll enjoy public health nursing. It's just the best field to be honest. It's just the best field to be. If you disagree with me, do your own video and come and watch. So my sweetheart, Ohima, don't mind people. People just talk, mostly out of ignorance. They don't know what they are talking about. If you think public health nursing, or if you are watching me, you're a general nurse, you think general nursing is what I want to do, midwifery is what I want to do, mental nursing is what I want to do, go for it and don't let anybody discourage you. If you want to travel outside, you can. There are a lot of jobs outside that you can do as a general nurse, as a public health nurse, as a mental nurse, as a midwife. There are a lot of jobs. Most of the nurses that, even general nurses that leave this country, are going to do community work, domiciliary. They are visiting people's homes and taking care of them. The same thing public health nurses do in this country. So what's the sweat? I hope this gives you some comfort and clarifies things for you. I wish you all the best. in your nursing training, give it your best, pass your licensing exam, and mark it on the wall. Start working and see if you will not enjoy the field the way I am. If you don't like it, you always have an opportunity to divert, to change. You can become a midwife, you can go back and become a general nurse or a mental nurse. All those opportunities are available now. Back then, when we started, it wasn't so, but now all those doors have been opened. So go for it, come out and kick it, okay?